Andrew Lockington, you've done so well scoring the huge hit movie San Andreas. Can you tell us how you were inspired to destroy a piano over the course of 2 days to make certain sounds happen for the movie?
Yeah, it all began with seeing some of the first previs of the scene of the bridge collapsing and the cables breaking. And Brad, the director, Brad Payton, had challenged me to find the sound of destruction. What is the musical sound of destruction? And when I saw the cable snapping on the bridge, I immediately thought, high tension wire, maybe piano, and you hear all these stories about piano wires breaking and people dying from it, et cetera. I thought, I bet that's a pretty cool sound. So we found an old piano and started cutting wires and making interesting sounds out of it.
How important is it for you to read the script or source material of the movie in order to be inspired to create the score?
I'm always looking for a unique perspective on the story. So rather than having the music just be background music and support what's on screen, find an interesting angle to the score, whether it's a unique instrument or a unique style of music or whatever. The movie Road to Perdition by Sam Mendes has a moment where Paul Newman sits down at the piano and plays an old Irish song. And Sam Mendes and the composer Thomas Newman decided what a great opportunity to write the theme to sound like an old Irish song so it can be the theme in the score. I love moments like that. I'm always looking for a moment like that in the films.
I understand for Journey to the Center of the Earth 2, The Mysterious Island, you spent a month backpacking in Papua New Guinea. How did that affect your work scoring the movie?
In a way different than I thought. A couple interesting stories about that. It was crazy. I'm not sure I would do it again. I'm really glad I did it, and I found it really inspired the score. Another interesting point, when I was on one of the islands, I went up to use the washroom up in the middle of the jungle, and the only light I had was the light on my recording element, one of my recorders, because it had a little LCD, and it was the only light that I had left. So I turned it on and went up into the forest, and then I thought, this sounds so beautiful, I'm just going to record this at 2 a.m. because it sounded this jungle and these amazing creatures, and I recorded about 2 or 3 minutes of it, and was working with Skywalker Sound at the time, and they said to me, have you seen Jurassic World? And I said, yeah, and they said, the jungle sound all through Jurassic World, that's what you sent us. So it's amazing how this one trip has expanded into so many found its root in so many films.
I understand you're working on another Dwayne Johnson movie, Rampage, and a new Netflix series, Frontier. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Rampage is the next Warner Brothers film with the same producer, same director as both San Andreas and Journey, the Journey franchise. Really excited about that. Brad Payton, our Canadian director, is directing that. That starts filming next year, but we're already talking themes and approach. Frontier is a series for Netflix, which starts filming, I think, in a few weeks, which I'm starting to work on as well. So a lot of great projects, a lot of great Canadian connections.
You're now celebrating 20 years as a member of SOCAN. How important is SOCAN in creating a revenue stream for you?
It's hugely important. In order to do what we do, you end up doing a lot of projects and putting everything into them. You can get a package fee and end up putting all of your money into creating the music. So to have another source of revenue on the back end when a project does well allows us to do what we do. So we're very grateful for SOCAN for having our back.